welcome to our coaches and parents meeting over here. As Sufyan said, if you could please switch on your phone in silent mode, it will be better because we will have no interruption in between. And now I would like to introduce our towering personality, our dean and director of this academy, who led Karnataka once upon a time, and he was a very good player, and he has served Karnataka in a bigger ways. And later on, he played along with Rahul Dravid, Srinath, Kumble, and he was leading that side in fact. And it came up to he started leading the board president level, which is a very big tournament in India. And later he started coaching the Karnataka team, which was led by Rahul Dravid, and many more players like Srinath Kumble and later Vinay Kumar as well. And now currently he is a faculty of NCA. He coaches all the coaches across the country and he certifies the coaches in India. Sir, I would like to invite you and take over the proceedings, sir.
Morning everyone, thanks Santil for the introduction, and I'll just take you back to Sufi. He said couple of hours, it won't be couple of hours, I will not bore you for couple of hours. So maybe we'll have about a 30-40 minute interaction and we'll be discussing on all this, and then if you have any questions it will be nice for us to answer. To start, I am comfortable with English, Kannada, Hindi and Tamil. So if you are not able to understand my language, please stop me and you can ask me. I can speak to you in any language which suits you. Before I start, I introduce Vapi, who is the women's lead coach, and we've got 3 new coaches now. Sindhu is a part of the women's team now. We got a qualified, that's Sindhu. And then we have Alka Singh also. She is also specifically to help the women players. Alka is a qualified NCA coach. And we have Mayank Rathod, who is also a qualified NCA coach. So we are trying to build our team also. We're trying to give teeth to our team, especially for the women's segment. As you're all aware that women's cricket is really picking up in India, and I think it is our job as a premier cricket academy. It is my duty to just take you through the pathway of how cricket in India works, the system, because I really appreciate all of you because I am aware that you are all qualified in your respective fields. Now that your child has taken interest in the sport, you may not be aware as to how the system works. Because some of you may think that I just put my child into an academy, the rest will follow. So anyway, if that is the way, so be it. But I'd like to take you through the system in India. So my 30-40 minutes, everything will not be very pleasing for you. There are some blatant facts which I need to put it across you because that is the data which shows. So as we move forward, I'll be able to tell you as to what those facts are. Now, every parent or the child who comes into the academy thinks that he or she is going to make it big. So that is one part, that is the representation part, that's the reason the children play. Then there is another reason as to why children should play sport. I think we are going to touch upon that a little deeply. If the representation part, if the environment created by the coaches or the schools or the clubs, that representation will fall in place. But if the child is not going to acquire or achieve something out of the sport, which is not easily learned in a school or college, that positive, if you're not going to value, I think it's not a good thing for anyone coming into the academy. So there are a lot of positives in playing this sport. So we'll discuss on all that. So why we are meeting today is about to build a healthy parent-coach relationship. I usually have this meeting once at the start of the annual camp. But this time I thought, because like I said that women's cricket is picking up, coming in so strongly, I thought because the system is a little different, parenting a girl child is a little different, coaching a female athlete is a little different. So all these things, as and when we move on, if you can discuss or if you have a question, I'll be happy to answer that. The next thing is to encourage the practices that are best for the development of our children. So the practice, especially in women's, the system has been so corrupted by KCA initially. Everybody have been taught the wrong route. The things have changed now. So people who have value, with people who have talent will make it. Earlier it was, how close are you to a particular coach? How close are you to the secretary? How close are you to the club? And let me tell you at the start, however close you are, if your child does not have the talent, 100% she is not going to make it. And the reverse side, the positive side to it is, if your child is talented, whoever goes against you, she will make it. So believe in that. That's the only way. There's no shortcut. By just putting somebody in a particular academy, particular camp, will not help you. And how do you choose an academy, especially for a girl child? It is about the physical safety and the psychological safety. Physical safety is whether the nets are being run properly by the people who know how to run the nets. That is one thing, so that other physical injury can happen. Then the psychological safety is about the girl child is very emotional. So whether the coaches are aware how to deal with it, So in no time the girl starts crying. Now how do you deal with it? Whereas the boys will not do that. So keeping all this in mind, our coaches are aware of all these things. So these are the things which we will discuss. To understand the cricket system and pathways, this will be very important for you. How cricket in India, women's cricket in India progresses from the level where your children are now, and if she has the ability to make it to the top, what is the pathway? I think that will interest you. And to explain our approach is a little different from what you've been probably as new parents have been exposed to or heard in KCA that you got to play in this club, and I've heard some of the parents have become good, who are sitting here have become good friends of mine, and I hear from them, if you have to, see, these people are trying to make money out of you. We understand that. If somebody says that, I'm going to make your child this, that, make her play here, there, don't fall for all this. If that was possible, if Sachin Tendulkar was made by Achrekar, why didn't Achrekar make 10 more Tendulkars? Achrekar could do only one. So what it says is the ability of the player or your children. And if somebody says he's good at that particular shot, coaching and all that, he's taking you for a ride. If your child is good, she will make it. If child is not good, whoever coaches, nothing will happen. Right? But there are a lot of positives in why a child should play a sport. Because of that, we'll again look at the values and the physical benefits of playing a particular sport and the mental benefits. And last part is about addressing your query. Now, first, before that, we as parents and coaches, we need to understand why do children play sport. So the first part is they all want to have fun. They've come here to have fun. So don't pressurize them by saying that, you see, your neighbor, she's got selected here, she's got selected there. That's not a good approach. You're only pressurizing them to learn new skills and improve, because when a child watches the television or reads the newspaper or watches a friend playing bowling or batting, she tends to feel that she also can emulate that. Now she wants to try that. So when that's the reason she's coming to the academy. And sport brings in a lot of excitement. You can imagine your child going to school and coming back without any laughter and all that. Here, sport teaches you, gives you a chance for winning and losing. When there is a win, there's a lot of excitement and all that. And to make friends, this is a good platform to make friends, and this is a good age to make friends. So as you all know, I think your close friends will be all from the school and college, right? So as we grow, even if we make friends, it will be just transactional. It won't be very only it's money related or something related. It is not pure friendship, right? Okay, so this is another chance why your children should play this sport. Come. And lastly, to win. But from the parents' perspective, it is firstly to win. So understand that children want to play for all these reasons, and as parents, we should be aware of it. If your child is showing interest in all these things, I think she is on the right track. Now, in cricket coaching, so these are the four things: physiological, psychological, tactical, and technical. So at each stage, the child develops all these things, like the physical development, the psychological, the mental side development, and tactical development, how to deal in a cricket field. That will naturally help her to develop her tactical skills when she is dealing with a life problem or a life situation. So it helps there. And technical is what probably the academy where your children are, that's our job as such. Now, the other reasons, say like, I remember the first medallion night. I was new to the academy and Rahul Dravid was sitting here, on the dais and spoke that I can assure you 99% of your children will not have a cricket career, is what he said. His two children were also sitting, right? So in fact I asked him, what are you planning to shut down the academy or what? So then he said, Jesse, it is not easy to become, just because I join the camp or buy a bat, I become a cricketer. So let us be open with the parents. So these are the reasons your children need to play. And I'll add another thing. I don't have enough data of women's statistics, but men's from 1947 when the British left, or slightly earlier, we were playing as test matches, test teams. We have got about 330, 340 test players in about 90 years. So why I am giving you this data, which will not be very pleasing for you, is because this is how difficult the game is. So women's cricket, yeah, it is because hardly, last 10 years, but in the 90 years, men's cricket, about 330 or 340 test players. That is, on an average, it comes to about 3 players a year. So be aware of that, it's not easy. But despite that, why a child needs to play sport? So these are the reasons. First thing is humility. I always put this very high in my value system because we are led by Rahul Dravid, who is a very, very humble person. So it trickles down to all our coaches also. So we have a lot of, a child who's arrogant or a child who's humble. As parents, I think we would always prefer to have a humble child. So these are all the things, indirect benefits of playing the sport. And these values like caring, sharing, sacrifice, these things come in a team sport. As they play cricket, they make friends, they start caring for them, they share things with them, they sacrifice things for them, Then ownership of taking control. They start taking control of themselves, their team, which is a wonderful value to have as you go on to your normal life. The focus not only in cricket while batting or bowling, focus in a particular thing which in your life, it's a wonderful habit to be focused versus just going in the wide and trying to achieve the target. So the focus then they'll start respecting people here, the umpires, the ground staff, the coaches, the parents around, and their teammates. Enjoy each other's success. So this is where I differ with the children are very fine with this. They love the success of their immediate friends. But when it comes, I've heard a lot of parents who are saying that, who teach them wrong things. Selection match, selector is watching, don't stay not out, don't get out, don't risk. Alright, cricket is all about risking. If you don't risk, you're not going to make it. And a good selector will see through that. So be careful. And the children enjoy each other's success, whereas parents are threatened that, my friend means my daughter's competitor has done well, so my daughter may not get a chance. So these things, be careful. So if all of us, maybe this match, your child has not done well, but because of the performance of the other player, the team may qualify and your child may get another chance. So you've got to look at it, view it like that. Honesty, patience, and time management. Time management is as the world is getting more and more professional, time management sport teaches you without help. Because if you don't come on time, Sophie is going to go on with this, he is not going to stop, or Puppy will continue. So probably the player is going to miss that part. So time management is also, so these are the values, the right reasons why your child should be playing sport. And in the process, you might ask me, what difference it makes for me, my child to have this, as long as he plays for the country or the WPL. So again, it is about talent and character. Talent will take you. Your degree certificates will open the door for you in a job, in a corporate office or whichever office. But how do you progress there? It is your social skills. So how do you deal with human beings? So be aware of that. If you have all this, now connect that to cricket. Assume that your child has made it big. And many people make it big, but few stay there. A lot of them drop out. The main reason will not be talent or skill, it will be these. And if you don't have these, nobody likes that person. And one small chance to leave that player, a player who does not have this, the captain or the coach will not like to have. So this is what develops character. If you encourage your child to develop all these things, and if you see them growing in these value system, I'm sure you will be doing a good job, not even whether she succeeds in the sport or does not succeed. Even she does not succeed, these values will really handhold her during her journey through normal life, or if she becomes a very famous cricketer, these things will hold good, and the people who have these values go on to become captains. Right? Any questions till now? Anybody? Okay. Now, see, I'll start from the bottom. So currently your child is in a private camp, that is the academy here, and then she gets into a school team. I really don't know how to organize the school and college cricket in women's cricket is. I really don't know. But I remember Mount Carmel, Christ, JNC, they would have college teams. I still don't know whether they are having, but I'm sure they'll be tempted to reopen those if they have not had it, because women's cricket is bringing a lot of traction. Then there is KSCA UID. What is that? Identification. Unique identification. Yeah. So how you do it is you have to register to a club. You have to be a part of a club. That is, your child needs to be a part of the club. And here it is, the club is not, Sixth Cricket Academy is not the club. Sixth Cricket Academy is an academy or a camp you can call. A club is like we have a Vijaya. Vijaya Cricket Club and Vijaya Cricket Club Malur. So if your child is picked by one of the teams, then you need to go to KSCA with the birth certificate of the child and the Aadhaar card. So she gets a unique number. So that is what you need to, from then on, you want to take a picture, please take. From then on, you can use that number.
And that number will be lifelong.
Yeah.
You don't have to renew that number time and again.
Yeah.
Once you register, that unique number will be with you. So for any KSCA games, this is not a Crick Hero game. Any KSCA related games, if you type your name, for example Nikita, KSCAN, that code will be there. That number will be there for you in your KSCA matches, not the Crick Hero matches. So Crick Hero, like how we attach your phone numbers, child number and all that, that's not it. This is KSCA where your Aadhaar copy, school marks card will be asked. So there will be a brochure, you will have your Aadhaar copy, school marks card and a photo. So once they get that, all the documents, parents' name and everything, your ID will be.
The age limit will be?
That is for 14, 15. Yeah, you can't, if you're a 10-year-old, you go to KSCA, they will send you back home. So under 15 is what it starts.
Until how many years it will be valid? Means like
It is for life.
Life.
It's for life. It will be valid for forever. But I didn't know this 14, 15, after 14, sir. Okay. So, are you clear about that?
You share this?
Yes, you share the slide.
We don't need to, you share this date later.
Yes, you share.
You can probably take a picture, sir. Anyway. So, then after she does well for the clubs, she will be picked, under 15 is where women's cricket start. She will be picked for a inter club, it's called as the zonals. In Bangalore, there will be some, I don't know how many teams they'll make some teams. And then there will be a team from Bangalore, from Mysore, those are the zones. Raichur, Shumaga, Hubli, all these. And they have a tournament. And in that tournament, who does well, they will be picked for the under 15 state team. Then there is under 15 one-day trophy. They will be picked for the under 15 one-day trophy. And they will play, Karnataka will play against Delhi, Pondicherry, Kerala, Mumbai, Chandigarh, Assam. They play against them. And if the player has performed well there, then she will be selected for under 15 NCA camp, the National Cricket Academy camp. Now, I will just spend some time on the NCA camp. I've heard a lot of parents and a lot of these, I don't know what to call them, people are promising that I will put your child in the National Cricket Academy camp. And these are the fees. National Cricket Academy is a free camp. Nobody takes money and nobody can enter there. People who have done well for the states, the board of BCCI will pick them. The BCCI selectors will pick them and they'll have zonal camps, could be south, north, east, west, central, or the Indian camp will be in Bangalore, Center of Excellence. So don't fall for all this that I will put your child in the National Cricket Academy. I've heard many questions like this. So there are enough and more people to please you, so be aware. Then after the under 15, then she graduates to the under 19. There are some women cricketers sitting here. If I'm going wrong somewhere, please tell me. Right? Under 15, then they go to under 19, same thing, zonals, four teams in Bangalore. 4 teams in Bangalore? Huh? How many teams in Bangalore do they pick for picking the age group?
So 4 teams. Bangalore zone.
That is in the men's. In the state of a selection, is it? नहीं आप आपका स्टेट का बात कर रहे हैं इधर
based on number of students in the
Selection.
based on that.
अच्छा so they make a minimum 4 teams yeah so again the same thing for under 19 also then under 19 if she does well then she will be picked for the under 19 state team women's and then the same system if she does well in the matches against different states she will be picked by the under 19 NCA. And then there will be under 19 high performance camp, and that particular year there could be a World Cup. She will be picked for India under 19 World Cup, and then if she does well there, she'll be picked for under 23 high performance NCA camp, the under 23 zonals, 2020 and one day, and then she goes into the senior team. Senior team is where you can say that your child has passed out of the age group and she is playing with, there's no age as such, she'll be competing with all age group people. From there onwards, if your child reaches that, I think that's a good place to believe that my child has a cricket future. So till that time, don't get carried away by, if your child has played under 19, under 23, if she plays senior women's, then you can tell yourself that your child will reach somewhere. All right. So I will again, yeah.
So for under 19, usually there is an open trials.
Okay.
Under 19.
Ah.
And it is open trials both for T20 and one day. So under 19 women has both T20 and one day tournament.
Okay.
So open trials for T20, then you play the state and all that.
Ah.
And there is also one day series.
One day
Yeah,
series.
both are there.
Okay,
T20
okay.
and one day.
Basically, it is all open trials.
Yes, for
Yeah.
women so far it is open trials.
Yeah, because club cricket is not very strong, but it will become. It will become. So
Not
open
about the
trials.
test, sir.
Sorry.
Not about the test.
No, women's are yet to play. No, only Australia and England have played Test cricket. I think India has India played Test, not yet. They have. India has played
Few tests by recent years.
recently. That's also starting. Obviously, the system may change accordingly, but it is basically open selections. So the next there it will be, and I've seen parents guiding them. Don't get into all that. So now at senior women's, I want to, there are a lot of parents who are in a doubt of, shall I take my child off college school, put everything into cricket? I don't think so. I'll give you two examples. One who is former Indian captain and currently playing in the IPL. I was coaching the Karnataka team, he was there, and he would always pester me, sir, I want some more time. I didn't allow him despite that kind of talent. I pushed him first year PUC, second year PUC, then he represented Karnataka. Then he said that, I don't have enough time now, I think I said, that is the time for you to back off. So he gave up education at that time. I didn't allow him to, today, 5th standard, my son likes cricket, my daughter likes cricket, take them off from school, don't work. So this is one thing. So when you're trying to take your child out of education, it is not a good idea at all because it puts a lot of pressure on the child. If she is focused on both studies and cricket, the pressure is diverted. There's exam pressure, there's teachers pressure, the homework pressure, and in fact there is a weekend game. So it's diverted. People who I've seen who have given up everything, they don't have friends, they don't have anything. Be careful about all these traits. And I'm hearing a lot of complaints that the child does not want to play at 16, 17. They want to stop the game. So that is when you need to play the game. Because you started early at 6, 7, 8, and by 16, 17, where you're physiologically developed, psychologically developed, tactically developed, and you're putting enough work on technique. So when all of that is there, you just want to quit. So I'm saying that, so be careful about the ills of starting very early. That's why if you see the program which Sufi runs for the kinder, there's hardly any cricket player there. Knowingly we are not, because we do not want to, burden their mind with so much of cricket and get out of the cricket field very early. Then another example, again, an Indian captain who's currently playing in the IPL, not in this state. He had gone for an open selection for under 14, and in 3 years he played Ranji Trophy, in 5 years he played for India, and he led India, one of the legends of Indian cricket. He went for under 14 selection, and the selectors there said that, we know that your child plays very well, but you have to pay some money. for us to select him. So the father just picked the bag and said, if my son has to pay and play, I will stop him from playing cricket. So this again reiterates the fact that if your child is good, she will make it. So that year they didn't play him in under 14. It doesn't matter. They went on to lead India and they still playing in the IPL. Right? So this also, if somebody says that, I will make you play for this club, it is only shortcuts where you may go to that under 15, under 17, under 19 levels. Beyond that, you have to perform. Right? Get that clear. Then there is that Maharani one-day thing, senior state team. Then the seniors will have a women's India camp. So that time you're getting close to the Indian team. Then BCCI women's challengers, and that will open doors for WPL, what you see on the television, and then finally India. So this is the growth. So now most of you are at the start, at the bottom, right? So be aware the journey is quite lengthy. It needs a lot of patience from the parents also. Because I've seen many a time, because parents put in so much energy on the development of the child in sport. Because now travel is not easy. The city has grown very big, and parents need to pick them, drop them. That is indirectly putting a lot of pressure, testing your patience. So be aware that what journey you are getting. Any doubts here? This is the kinder cricket where we started. Why we started? I was really against taking anyone below the age of 12. But what happened is the other academies around who were not teaching the right values. They started grabbing those children, and finally, at the end of the day, we were left with a society with no proper value system. So we thought that at least we'll have them under us. So we opened it now. We have about 30 kids and they're all enjoying. We are, like I told you, the cricket part which we teach them is very limited. We're just basically trying to work on their hand-eye coordination, maintaining it fun, developing their communication skills, just a small bit of competition where they learn to handle pressure. So we're just trying to expose them there. So these are I think we're almost coming to the end of it. These are the few girls who have made it in the age group cricket. The under 15, Anmi, Ashita and Karnika. Karnika is in the under 19 camp also, NCA camp. So this girl in the bottom, she'll be going to the under 19, she's picked for the under 19 camp. And Rohita has played under 23. Rohita is probably one of the people, I know the parents are here, one of the athletes who suffered because of the system. The system has changed now, probably good things will happen to her. These are our few cricketers who have represented the state in age group and all that. So the philosophy, which is a little different from other academies. So cricket for all, we want to spread this game for various reasons. I told you, not because for any other reason. We believe that a child who is exposed to sport has got a lot of psychological and physiological advantages. So we have cricket for all, retirement rule, over per bowler, because we want to see if there is one good player, we keep on bowling her. The others will suffer. Or one good batsman, two good batsmen open the innings and they keep playing. The others will not get enough chance. And we believe that athlete first and winning second. So we are not an academy who want trophies. We are not keen on that. We want our athletes to be the best as far as their behavior, their character, and their skill. We believe in effort is more important than outcome. So as parents, I think you need to really give some credence to this effort is more important than outcome. Outcome will improve if we focus on the process instead of success. So we believe in quality versus quantity and self-learning through scenarios, constraint, unconventional rules, challenges. You might see that, again, many parents feel that, our coaches are a little away. We put up a structure, we make the rules and we allow them to play. Whereas some coaches in academies, they are always behind the athlete or the cricketer, and parents think that that is the right way to coach. But I'll tell the ills of that. When the player is in the center, she is all alone. There is no support from the coach, there is no support from the parent. So we quickly try to expose her to get into that habit of handling herself. Right? So coach will not come to the ground. Challenges which we face, sixers doing one-on-one session with others. This from the day number 1, I've come here, I've been playing this, and it's become a full circle now. A lot of cricketers who went out of our system, went there, that coach is spending a lot of time, money is not a problem because Indian middle class is, financially gained now, especially after the software boom in our country. A little bit of money here and there, it doesn't matter. So they've gone there and now they all want to come back. But it's a little late. School coaches' mentality of winning is everything. Feels like school coaches, for him, winning becomes everything. He's not bothered about your child. For him, if he wins the trophy, he gets a promotion, he may get a pay hike. So he's least bothered about developing the athlete. He's only into winning. Winning is important at a professional level. Your children are at the developmental level. So developing your child as a holistic individual, holistic cricketer is what we believe in. Right? Parents coaching. One more thing, I don't know how many of you do it. There are so many people when the nets are happening, they go stand right behind. I don't know what is the reason. Do you all go and sit in the classrooms, what the teacher is teaching or that? I have no problems, but the real problem is you are putting indirect pressure on the child. The child is more keen on pleasing you than learning the skill. And we've seen many of these. Again, some of the at 17, 18, they just stopped. They picked up all bad habits and all that. I used to see one parent would sit on top on that parent scale. One player would hit the shot. He wouldn't try to analyze what has gone wrong, what has gone right. Instead, he'll play and he'll look at the parent like that. So now I'm telling you, he's quit the game. So these are all things indirectly you're putting pressure on them. Different academies. So we have no problem in anyone going to any other academy, but we as coaches go a little slow on these children who go to different academies, not because of our ego is hurt. It is because the child is overloaded with information, which I think can be harmful for if one coach is telling one particular way to bowl or bat, and here we think it is another way. There is no one right way. If you in cricket, all kinds of people have survived with different techniques. So that is why we go a little slow, while when we know that the player is going to different academies. And like I told you, this is not for what your child starts the game to play under 14, under 16. Your child wants to, whoever takes up the game, wants to play at the highest level. Even I started playing thinking that I started to play for the country, but I couldn't. I just fell one step short. But that's okay. But the focus now is about getting selected in under 14 and under 16. Who's bothered whether you played under 14 under 16? It is about whether you played at good level of cricket. So keep there, don't focus too much on this junior level, developmental level cricket. Okay? So parent support, what I request, the academy request from you towards your child is fear of missing out, don't overdo it. Like volumes, now the new thing has come, volumes. Everybody wants to play 9 to 10 in one academy, 12 to 1 in one academy, 3 to 6 in another academy. That is not going to help. Okay, there will be a time for all that. So you can probably at that time the child, it's like a plant versus a tree. So a plant just needs a little water, a tree needs lots of water. There will come a time. So instead of overburdening the child at the start, it won't help. Then keep asking your children that whether are you still interested? Are you liking what you're doing? So if the heart is not there, the competition is so much, it will be difficult to raise the top. Treat success and failures the same at home. One more experience from being in the academy. If you're going to take cricket to your dining table, very soon the child is going to stop it. Cricket should be here, max. When you're dropping her, just see what happens, how did it go, that's it, and over. She's also leading a normal life. She's a normal child. So focus on that. If you're going to say that, no, that ball I told you should have left it, that fielder is very good, why did you hit and run? You got run out. Because tactically we can think, because we are 50 plus and the child is 15. So our heads are more mature. But understand from the point of the child. So whatever discussion about the sport, just finish it by the time you get on in the car. Otherwise, it is going to overburden the child, and with one bit of, see, life does not go in a linear way. There will be ups and downs. And if there is one fall, the first thing the child will do is stop this very game. You know? So be careful about that. So if you just have a healthy relationship as to how many marks have you got, how's your friend doing, all other things are also added to sport. If you think everything you're going to give it to your child, you're actually harming the child. Don't get too much into cricket. Let children make small everyday decisions, what to wear, what to do, which restaurant to go, what to order. So these are all things so that decision making comes into play. Because like I told you earlier, she's all alone in the center. We are not going to take her to the center. Cricket is not everything. Cricket is supposed to be fun. So like I just told the previous this one, keep it as fun. Even if you see people who have played for a long time, they still treat the sport as sport, and sport is fun. Right? If you think that, everything, if you see a Virat Kohli playing, you see even though it's very tough, but there is so much of fun, there's so much of joy when he hits a boundary, when he takes a catch, So keep that in mind. And this, I need to, it may be difficult for you to, register. I just want to explain this a bit. So the grassroots, that's developmental versus the professional cricket. So the grassroots where most of your children are, they are at the unconscious, incompetent stage. Means they don't know what to do, they don't know how to do. Then from there, the academies, the coaches like us, will make them conscious. They know now what to do, but they're incompetent. They still cannot do. As parents, we need to understand that. Then there is conscious competence. Conscious competence is now she knows what to do, she knows how to do. Now this is where she has to spend a lot more time because the repetition comes in. The repetition, the feel factor comes in. When I hit a ball, how my elbows feel, my forearm feels, how strong my legs feel. When I bowl a outswinger, how the feel of ball leaving the hand. So this comes with the practice. Now she knows what to do and how to do also. Then the athlete comes to unconscious competence. Means whether she is thinking about playing that shot or not, it has become that muscle memory and she has repeated that particular thing so often, whether she is thinking about it or not, she will be able to do it. So these are the 4 things in any sport goes through. So we should know that at what stage our child is, and accordingly whether she is progressing in this graph. Okay? And You see, to succeed and stay at the top, all these qualities are required. It is not just technique. So many qualities. Now, I call this as the growth chart in relation to age and qualities. So, can a 14, 15-year-old have all this? Some like a Vaibhav Suryavanshi or a Sachin Tendulkar were lucky. They were God-given, they might have acquired all that. But our children, I don't know whether most of us have all this, whether we have achieved this. So when that is the case, for you to succeed, it is not just practice and technique. You need to have all these things. Okay? So then this takes time, so that is where your patience comes in. So I think we'll, this one. Positive match and practice. What as a parent I can do is, you can ask your child, did you have fun? Did you learn something or improve? Did your team win? Did you eat and drink? Are you hydrated properly? So whether you kept yourself healthy. These are more important than how much did you score. These are not threatening questions, you know. Why did it open and not you? You know, these are things. You know, there are academies where you pay 500 rupees, they'll send you opening, they'll give you a new ball. So don't take this route at all. If your child is good, she will demand, the team's demand should take her there. So that the coach knows that if she's put at the top order or is given the ball when it is new, the team will win. So those reasons she should be going on top. How much you scored? Why did you open? Why did you get out? It's very easy. I've seen parents hitting the children. You know, we have told you that don't do this, and again your coach has told you don't do this. Again you are doing that. That is what that unconscious incompetence stage. If she is there, we can only tell, but we have to allow her to develop it. We have to give them time. So how come he played so well? Comparison with your neighbors, with your friends. He or she is doing well. You know, these are all not good things. These things, the right-hand side of yours is not a good practice. The last side, success is not equivalent to winning, and failure is not the same as losing. Striving to win and putting maximum effort is the most important thing, because players can only control effort and not always control the outcome. The results are not in our hands. What we can do it at the best. If we can take our children to do that, I think we'll be doing a good job. So that brings to the end of my talking. Any questions if you have? Yeah. Suki Senthil, you can also answer this.
So just a couple of things on that. Just if you go back to the slide where the UID is there. So that's being like primary asked in a lot of institutes also now. When our kids go to join those schools, they're asking, okay, you're paying for a long time, you have any recognition. So if it is not too much of things for you, you can help our kids get the UID. It'll be really helpful and it'll be very helpful in their career.
Yeah, so to answer that is only if you're called for selection from a club, you'll be able to register.
Yeah.
Now for that, there's an age cutoff date for an under 15. A 13-year-old cannot be taken. Now if it's a 14-year-old girl, she will be only if she's selected for the club. Now we have two clubs, VJCC and Vijayamal. Only 30 children can be accommodated. So once all the details are filled, we will go to KSCA and we will inform the parents that the following children have been taken. You have to get your ID proof data, come to KSCA and they will help you to give that.
Yes, that's why for the boys you have a lot of clubs, even in 6 itself. For girls, but
no, for boys and girls we just have to.
Yeah, I understand. So the chances of getting into a club even within 6, for a girl, it's getting, it's pretty narrow.
Yeah, it is difficult. We have no objection in your child getting into any club. In fact, we send a lot of our boys and girls to different clubs. So, and at that time, if you need the help of ID, that UID. We know the people in KSA. When you're going there, I think as a parent you need to go.
Yeah, as a parent,
Yeah, parent has to go. When you go there, we'll call somebody and that help we can do. Yeah.
So that is one. Second, my question is the pain management. Even see, yes, like I think a couple of days back when Pant got hurt and his thing, he came and back and played. So this pain is part of the sports. But our kids are not still, like probably not understanding that even for small pains they don't show the next day. So that's something that only coaches can tell them that pain is going to be there. Without pain you're not.
It's part of sport because diving, the ball coming faster, there are many chances of you getting injured. So this is instead of teaching, experience will teach. If you play a few matches, you are not feeling well. I saw a girl with a fractured hand. So now in the next 2 weeks she's going to come back. She will be in pain. Now once she does well thereafter, that gives her that confidence. Then the next match, whether if it is important, people have played with fractures. So if it is important, they'll learn to play, and this only the experience can teach them. We cannot inflict pain on somebody and then try to expose them. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I have a question related to cricket.
Related to?
Cricket.
Yeah.
For a daily disciplinary actions, can we send her, force her to go for a jam?
fitness you're saying?
Yes.
Yeah, we have fitness.
We have our SNC coaches available for any fitness related. If you want to put your child in fitness, we have our SNC team who take care of daily fitness and proper strength and conditioning.
No, apart from that, daily as a disciplinary.
We have that, you are not aware of it. You are probably only seeing at the warm up what we do. There is, we have lovely gyms here, and some of the, I don't know, is somebody enrolled in that here? Karthik does it what at 1 o'clock?
1 o'clock.
So he does it at 1 for little
Kindergarten.
He is from the kinder.
No. 13 years girl.
13 years girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One is from joining her in a kind of fitness session.
Yes.
As a daily routine, as a parent, can I guide her to go for a daily as a
You can, but see, you have to strength and conditioning coach and a gym physical fitness coach. They are different. There where they help you is the gym people will help you with the bulk and muscles. That is probably not sport needs. A strength and conditioning coach who understand flexibility, agility, strength, power, endurance. You, as cricketers, you need help in that area, not just showing big muscles and showing bulk. So, but you can talk to Karthik. He's here only. He was here all this while. He's gone there. So we have a session. We I think every day or thrice a week. Every day he does. So you can speak to him.
Sure.
Yeah.
One more thing.
Yeah.
How many matches can a kid under 13 under 15 can play per week?
See, we don't put everybody in the same bracket. 13-year-old, 15-year-old. So if we look at the physical strength, abilities also, and to answer the question, how many matches? Maybe once or twice a week. That should be enough. Because the school team is playing. Then again, I'll use this opportunity to say about the cricket uniform. Yeah.
To answer the first one and the second one, first one again, it depends on if you burn out the body. Too much of fitness and too much of things depend on the child. The child should not burn out. Right? You need rest days, you need recovery, and at the same time, good quality training. The morning training, evening gym continuous will burn out the child. So if you can break it down like alternate day gym, alternate day trainings, things will work out. The second thing is about matches. Now considering matches, see, you can pay and play. Is it the right match? The quality of the match, safety. Now you can't have a 13-year-old girl playing with under 19. What if she gets hit? According to you, you might think that child is ready, but safety point of view. Those are the things. The quality matches, the environment of the ground plays a huge difference. Now, many of us, there are so many grounds available in Bangalore, and on these Greek Heroes, they have endorsements saying if you want your child to come and play, pay a certain fee, you register a team, you don't know who you are playing with. So things like that. Ideally, like how we have in our academy, we ensure that children play a game at least once a week. So like how we have a nursery ground, our nursery ground is like a cricket match. It is just not like a open field. We have nursery ground, we have the big ground, so we have matches in our own thing.
Yeah, and in summer we have promised 6 matches. Every player will play 6 matches in this 2 months. Okay.
And final question.
Yeah.
For one-on-one coaching, so the coaches will recommend, or how? For now, it is not required till under 15.
Yeah, we believe that it is one-on-one is required a little later. Again, the burnout factor. There it could be a physical burnout. Here it could be a mental burnout. And main thing about cricket, whether it is batting or bowling, it is decision making and handling pressure. When you are having one-on-one coaching, I always tell the parents, if you are going to take the child to a one-on-one coaching, paying 1,000 rupees an hour or something, you go give. But if the child gets out the first ball, you just move him out. See, first thing is you have to develop them how to handle pressure. It is not playing 100 balls. If you are out at the first ball in the match, you are out. So what is the use in practicing? So those are the ills of one-on-one. A little later, like I told you, when your child is at the state level, at that time you need more. At that time you will probably look at it. Now it's a little too early.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Sir, after the ID which is created at 14-15, will they be playing for the club or come back to 6 again? Where will be they practicing?
They will practice in the academy. The academy is the place they will practice. In the clubs, they'll have matches.
Also, club will have
Practice session.
That time they are happy that the child practices with the club, because that becomes more important. That leads you to selections, and this is one place where you come and keep practicing. And if you are selected for our club, we'll be practicing here.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Any other questions, please? Otherwise, we can wind up.
In case, before we wind up, in case you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us. We will answer it on a monthly episode. Since our monthly episode, we've been running it for the last 53 episodes. We'll share the link to you. If you have any questions, please note that it is an anonymous. We will not take your name out. Feel free to reach out. Any questions, we'll be happy to address on a platform where it reaches a lot of parents, and in fact, you can also share it to your friends and families who are starting the game, who are interested to pick up this sport. It is an awareness for parents as how to start cricket.
Okay, thank you. Thanks for your time.